All right, so this video is very specific on making sure as the female player that we're not afraid to go behind the guy, right? We say we got to keep them honest, right? And then as the male player, you also have a job to do in almost tempting us to go behind you, right? So again, it's best to just practice it, give it some tries, see which shots work. But one of the things I like to do as the female in mixed doubles is if I'm in my cross court dink pattern, I'm gonna let that ball, I'm gonna have my paddle out in the kitchen as though I'm gonna be dinking it. And then as that ball is crossing over towards my right foot, I'm just gonna shift my paddle just a little bit, open up, and now I can shoot the line here while hopefully the male opponent hasn't moved over far enough yet, because their assumption is that I'm going to continue in that cross-court pattern. So it's really, we talk about getting low and about seeing what's happening in front of you. And it's especially important for the female player in this situation to be able to, if I need to go back cross-court again, because, Dalton has now moved over and closed the alleyway, I can by being nice and low here. But if you've left that space open even a little bit, I'm just going to turn my paddle and just shoot straight down this line.
Yeah, and again, that's a great strategy to have, but again, it's trying to see and keep that guy honest. And a lot of times, Susannah's talking about shooting that line. Really don't want to go too hard down that line. I almost want to flip it to where it's almost going to bounce just past the tee where the sideline and the kitchen line land, because if Dalton's tempting you and he's almost going, I want you to go there hard, he's quick enough to get there and get that out of the air. So you want to get that ball down near his shins or his shoe tops and keeping that ball down. So that's exactly what Susannah's talking about, shooting it, because she knows better than to try and get any of these guys on tour down the line. They want that ball up high. They're athletic enough to get back. So when we shoot that line, we want to shoot almost towards that tee where the sideline and kitchen line meet.
Keep it nice and low. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this into a little play here.
Ooh, she got away with one there. Right back in it. Oh, that's it. I got it right here.
So Becky, one thing I want you to do is I want you to try to pull Dominic over, right? So before if you're dinking too much straight ahead here, now he actually knows that that's a place you like to go, right? Which is okay, because you're not giving him a dink that he can do anything with,
Right.
but you're also not opening up a hole, right? So we also want, as that female in mixed doubles, we need to try to open up some holes and create some opportunities to actually put pressure. Otherwise, we're just giving a dink and it's fine. It's just keeping the rally going, but we're not actually pressuring our opponents.
Ooh, I like you changing the spot up.
So once you see enough space, go ahead and attempt to go down that line. Yes.
Ooh.
I like that attempt though. That was better.
That's it right there. Good spot. I go.
Yep.
Me.
Good. Much better.
Oh, the little love off the tape.
All right, Dalton, I've gotten you 3 times now. You better make sure you're covering that line. Much better. Way to be there.
Nice job. Good cover, Dalton. You. Yes, right there.
There it is.
But again, and that right there, that is a key. So what did Becky do? She lulled me into thinking. 4 times in a row she went there. And each time I stepped. And then all of a sudden I went to sleep. She goes right down that line. So it's a great job getting out of that pattern.
Yeah, so absolutely. The more we practice it, the more confident we're going to be doing this in a match. Because sometimes when we get out in that match, right, we forget we have options and we start to only think, oh, I've got to only go to the female. And the reality is, in mixed doubles, that's not going to go very far, right? We have to find those holes. We have to surprise our opponents, and we have to make them, think twice about where do they need to cover on this court.
And speaking of evolving your game into what we just did here, make sure you like and subscribe to Selkirk TV for all of our mixed doubles magic drills and plenty more.